What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
And now, broadcasting from the cow capital of the West and home of the world-famous Miles City Bucking Horse Sale, it's time for Rodeo Randy on KYUS 92.3 and KMTA 1050 AM. Now, let's saddle up and ride. Here's Rodeo Randy.
Thanks, John, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Rodeo Randy Show, where we talk about my favorite sport, the exciting sport of rodeo. But before we get to our special guest today, I'd like to mention that the voice of our intro is that of my very good friend John Lindquist. John was the production engineer and producer of our show we had in Las Vegas on KLAV Radio, and John is now living in a couple of hours away from Nashville, Tennessee. He's down there with the big boys, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan. So I've been asked quite a few times who the voice is, and so I thought I would mention that it's my good friend John Lindquist, who, by the way, is a member of the Nevada Broadcasters Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2010, and with a set of pipes like that, it's no wonder. And now, joining me today in the studio is my very special guest today, and in the studio, and he is the 2023-2024 NIRA Big Sky Region Coach of the Year, our very own Miles Community College Pioneers Rodeo Coach, Coach Sylvan Lacross. Coach, thanks for coming in today, and on behalf of myself and the town of Miles City, congratulations on a great honor.
Thanks, Randy. I really appreciate it. It's a pretty special award.
And so, what first got you interested in the sport coaching rodeo?
Coaching rodeo, I guess growing up and then going to school at Northwest College there in Powell, Wyoming, I had some great coaches there. And I transferred on to the University of Idaho. And when I graduated, we really didn't have much of a coach. So I told those kids there, I'll come back and coach, as soon as I graduated and show you guys what a coach is really supposed to do for a team, because ours wasn't. And so I did 3 years there as the head coach at University of Idaho, and then went on rodeoing, got a girl to go to the CNFR and the barrel racing there. Went and just rodeoed, played handyman, kind of went about it. And then about 2014-15, Dick Lyman up in Great Falls.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep, he got a hold of me, and, I'd rodeoed around him and everything at their rodeos. And he said, if he'd be interested, we're trying to get this position put together. So 2017, I was brought on as the assistant rodeo coach underneath the Dick up there at the University of Providence. And then right as soon as COVID was hitting, I was taken over as the head coach, so it kind of threw a wrinkle in things. And Miles City approached me once there when Wally Badgett was done here, and then again reached back out to me, and they weren't really going to take no for an answer. And it was a good move to come here, and it's been nothing but a great progress, and I can't be any more thankful for it.
And we're glad to have you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So and I noticed on the description there, the most improved team is part of that award.
Yeah, in a sense, the most improved team, the hard work that we've been putting in, I think, is all part of that. And then we were also voted as the most improved rodeo for the year as well.
Oh, okay.
So we got that last year. We got it again this year. So we may as well try and get a three-peat on that next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Bozeman's rodeo is always tough to beat. They've got a different atmosphere there with that brick breeding and all the fans, and something, we're not going to top. But if we can be most improved year after year, I think that's something worth saying.
Well, I like your motto. You start here and go anywhere, and to be in a 2-year school here, I mean, that's a great way to get these kids to come in. And then I know Bozeman is our big rival, if you will, but some of these kids are probably going to end up in Bozeman. Yeah,
I've actually got Sierra Vaughns Cooper that was on your show. Yep, she's going to transfer over to Bozeman next year, so pretty happy for her. I got a few other members that are headed to Chadron, Nebraska, and then up to Dickinson, and a lot of them are just graduating and calling it quits. They had enough of college and got their degrees that they wanted. Now they want to go back home and work and go rodeo on the trail.
Yeah, well, and then speaking of that, this summer, you're going to be doing a lot of bullfighting. So what's your schedule like for bullfighting this summer? Now, how did you become interested in bullfighting?
Well, that could be a long story, and we'd be here a lot longer than the time we got. But it started at a really young age, watching Gary Singer from Baker, Montana, where we grew up at the fair there, and that kind of piqued interest. And then, of course, my hero's always been Lloyd Ketchum from right here in Miles City. Yes. So, it kind of escalated from there. But that story, like I said, go on forever. But my season will really kick off here at the end of May.
Okay.
right now I'm just kind of taking care of everything here at the Ag Advancement Center, getting stuff cleaned up and some projects we have going. And then, once May hits, I'm all over the place. I go anywhere from western Montana clean out to Des Moines, Iowa for the National Junior High Finals, some rodeos in Minnesota, and then down to the National High School Finals as well. So I'm pretty fortunate to get to do both of those.
That's in Gillette, Wyoming, I believe.
Rock Springs this year.
Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Yep, we just did the 2 years at Gillette, so we go to Rock Springs now for 2 years in the Dust Bowl down there. But
thanks for correcting me. I didn't know about that. Well, I know that the National College Finals are down in Casper every year, and that's a big event down there for these kids.
Yeah. We had a couple girls that were on the bubble, Tycee Phelan in the barrel racing and Taylor Berge in the breakaway roping. Met some challenges up at our last rodeo just due to the mud and the rain that we were affecting, just kind of hurt their runs. They didn't make the short round, so that took us out of qualifying any kids down to the college national finals. But I'm excited for Taylor. She's coming back next year as a sophomore, and Tycee will be transferring to Dickinson, and I think she's going to do really well in that region. She's got a great futurity horse that proved itself this spring.
Oh, excellent. Now, some of these kids are going to be doing jackpots around this summer around the country. Do you help them at all there, coaching them, or are they on their own until they come back?
Oh, yeah. No, the kids are, they're my kids from here on out. So if they send me videos, I'm willing to walk through them and talk to them about it. Some of them I get to see all summer, at some different rodeos. So we keep in pretty good contact. A lot of those kids will reach back out and throughout the summer get to see some of their runs.
Well, good. In addition to the kids helping them out rodeoing this summer, you're going to be putting on clinics also, I understand?
Yeah, I'll be down at the Cowboys with Mission Rodeo Bible Camp in Meeteetse in June, just before the college national finals. So it's a great one. I've been part of that as a bareback riding instructor since 2010, and then was bullfighting instructor on and off, and just been mainly the bullfighting instructor for the past few years. So a great camp, and that's what helped me form my Bronx Bulls and Bibles camp here that we host in November.
Oh, excellent. Now, do you have any, ambitions to be a professional bullfighter at the national finals rodeo some year?
Oh, yeah, it'd be awesome. I've got my card. I've had my card now to fight bulls professionally for 10 years. So I've been all over the place with that. And, it's a dream to be at the NFR. And luckily enough, a couple years ago, I got to flank horses for Jay Bar J down there. And to actually accomplish, Sparky and Marlene Dreesen, and then the Eicher family on the cattle side of everything. And it was a dream come true. Not how I figured I was going to ever make it to the NFR, but to be down there 2 years ago was my first one. It was an incredible feeling. A little more relaxed this last winter in December, and it's a new passion there, is flanking horses and getting to be part of those guys' success at a different level. Yeah,
when I was down in Vegas, I was a doorman at the Side Red Room at the Thomas M. Mack Center for 9 years at the National Finals Rodeo, and that was 10 days. After you see the best rodeos every day, it's kind of hard once in a while to come see a local rodeo, but there's no such thing as a bad rodeo, right, Coach? Only some are better than others.
Yep. Some of them just draw bigger guys in there.
Okay. So other than trying to stay out of the way of the bull, you have to get in the way of the bull fighting. So is there any tricks to that?
It's an art, and it takes a lot of studying, a lot of film review, a lot of practice. Just like anything else, the more you work at it, the better you can become. And learning how cattle work, how to handle those bulls, and then just going in and doing it. You don't have time to think about it. You just have to react to each situation.
Well, the old saying I've been told when I was in Vegas, you know what a bull rider is, don't you? Is a cowboy with his brains kicked out.
Yeah, very possible.
That's true.
And there are a few of those guys out there.
But I like it. But, of course, with the PBR came along, the bull riding just went crazy. It goes in every event, But I personally like rodeos. You got the different events, Saddle Bronc, Bareback, and to me, I enjoy that more. But a good PBR event is... I like that too.
I think if you're a fan of the sport, it's rodeo's got a lot of great things out there, whether it's just bull riding or the whole gamut of everything.
So, all right, Coach. Well, listen, congratulations, Coach Sylvan Lacross is my guest today, and he was the 2023-2024 NIRA Big Sky Region Coach of the Year, which is quite an honor. And congratulations, Coach, and thanks for coming in. And hopefully this summer we can catch up with you on the road and giving us an update of some of the rodeos that you're at bullfighting. We'd like to know what's happening over there at those events.
Yeah, sounds like a great plan. The phone's always there. It's just whether I got time to answer or not will be the trick.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for coming in, and thanks for joining us, everybody. Join us next week for another edition of the Rodeo Randy Show. Thanks for listening.